Hi there, this is Corey. I'm at Porsche Colorado Springs, and behind me I've got a future classic 2012 911 Carrera GTS in speed yellow. Let's take a look. All right, 2012 911 Carrera GTS. What a beauty. I have a soft spot for the 997 generation, having owned two myself, the .1 Carrera S Coupe, and I'm by no means an expert on the 997 generation, but hey, I did put 36,000 miles between the two cars, multiple track days, lots of commuter miles, road trips, the whole nine. So I'm very, very partial to these cars. In fact, giving it a bath before this video, hand washing it, was kind of brought back some fun memories. Anyway, let's see. I'm not tremendously knowledgeable on the GTS trim. It was always a little bit out of my price range. But they're not too bad these days, you know, still under six figures, which you can't say that about every 911. We do have, let's see, of course the GTSs come with the center locking wheels. These are going to be, I believe, 19-inch diameter wheels. Yes, 19-inch bicolor, so gloss black. Sorry, I didn't wash the wheels. They look a little grubby right now, with the silver outer ring. Got 4-piston brakes up front and 2 pistons in the rear. Got the Carrera GTS logos on the side there. This car was wrapped in full frontal zone PPF, or paint protection film. So hood, fenders, headlights, front bumpers, mirror caps. Just checking if the door pillars, or roof pillars rather, were done. They were not, but that's okay. Now the PPF is starting to show its age a little bit on this car, but what's important is that the paint underneath has been protected. If you look a little closer, you'll see that there's some dirt kind of getting in on the edges of that PPF. It doesn't look horrible. I'm not sure if I were buying the car I would want to remove it, but just want to make sure that if you're considering buying this car, you're aware. There's some schmutz on the front here too. I don't know, it looks like something might have grazed it. But I think the paint underneath is okay. Some just light bubbling there. Like I said, PPF isn't perfect, but it's okay. It does have aftermarket front grills to protect the radiators. I think these are from a company called Renline, if I remember correctly. These are unfortunately susceptible to some stones hitting the radiators and causing them to leak, so that's a good addition. Now, one of the people interested in this car did inquire about a previous sale listing. This car was sold on Bring a Trailer back in 2021, and at the time it had a half roll cage installed as well as a Recaro bucket seat, and I believe it had a Sharkworks muffler bypass too, was the other modification that was listed. So you know, it raised the question of how was the car treated and things like that. From my inspection of the car, and you know, obviously our technicians still have yet to inspect it, it's yet to get detailed, but from my initial inspection of the car, it looks like it's been pretty well kept. You know, on the outside, there's still some road grime that needs to be cleaned off. Like I said, the car hasn't been detailed, but you know, maybe a couple of stone chips here and there. I noticed one in particular here on the quarter panel spot there that was touched up, and I want to say I saw, like, you know, a couple more odd spots like that, but definitely nothing that would suggest that the car has had any you know, abuse. On the inside, got the black leather and Alcantara manual seats. This does have the provision for the fire extinguisher, however the extinguisher is not included. I do have both keys and the owner's manuals, as well as the build sheet over there, which I'll show you. Oh, it's so nice to do a physical key for a change. I'm so used to all the push buttons. We've got synthetic suede. Porsche calls it Race Tex now. I've always known it to be Alcantara. It's a company's synthetic suede. Anyway, that matches the seat inserts. It also matches the headliner. Also have that synthetic suede on the steering wheel, and it's in good shape all around. Sometimes this stuff gets pretty matted and pretty nasty. Maybe a little bit here on the very top, but it's overall in exceptional shape for the age of the car. And I'll say that about the rear seats as well. I did look, since that had a half cage, to see if there were any evidence left over from that, and I don't see anything. So the carpet doesn't have any holes in it. I'll go ahead and pull this up. You can see everything here is as it should be. The seat belts, the rear seats, etc. And then there's no evidence that anything was tampered with on the carpet here. So presumably that racing seat bolted in right where the stock seat bolted. So again, I don't see any evidence of any tampering there. And then it looks like the exhaust was also returned back to stock from what I can tell. Got Carrera GTS emblazoned on the leather here with that contrast stitch. I want to say this feels a little wobbly. I can't remember if mine was like that or not, but not drastic. We've got our inputs here for aux, USB, and iPod. Got our sport chronometer here. Mileage on the car, I should have mentioned this earlier, 49,468 currently. Got the PDK paddles here on the wheel and our PDK gear shifter there. Single zone automatic temperature control, heated seats. Cup holders work. Sometimes those get broken. They are not broken on this one, thank goodness. What else? Go ahead and open the front and rear trunk, or sorry, the engine compartment and the front trunk. Here's our engine compartment. Factory airbox. Coolant overflow tank looks to be in good shape, no yellowing there. Not much else I can really see from inside here, of course, but it all looks to be as it should. This has the clear LED taillight option. And here's our build sheet, just touching on a few things. Front heated seats, 19-inch center lock RS Spider wheels, fire extinguisher, sport suspension, limited slip diff. Ooh, that's a good one. Storage bin lid in leather, by Xenon headlights with PDLS, clear taillights, Bose surround sound, side skirts painted exterior color, Sport Chrono Package Plus, PDK, and the navigation module. Original price $116,920. Sounds reasonable today. I know our GTSs don't typically start under 200 something. Oh, and I'll do the cup holders. I feel like maybe they aren't as frail as I think they are. They look a little fragile, but they've always worked well for me. So anyway. All right. There you have it. There's a fairly in-depth look. Oops, I forgot to open the front trunk. Let's do that as well. All looks very tidy in here. Everything present and accounted for, all the plastics. Missing a little cap there for the wiper. I think both of mine ended up missing that too. It must be a common thing for them to fall off, but we can get a replacement if we need to. Okay, there she is. What a pretty car. All right, there you have it. That's our 2012 911 Carrera GTS. We still have to get the car through our service department and get it detailed to have it fully prepared for sale, but it is available as of this filming. You can reach me with questions. My cell phone is area code 617-909-8011, and feel free to drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching.